Good afternoon, everyone. Could we have everyone seated, please, because we're about to start our forum. So, good afternoon to everyone. For the past few days, so much has been said in the Asia Pacific Forum on Sustainable Development about how Asia Pacific is off track on its path to the Sustainable Development Goals. And there's a regression in some areas and a shortfall in many of the goals. And everyone is also talking about innovative solutions to social problems. And social enterprises are precisely bringing that agenda to the table. Social enterprises bring innovative solutions to social problems, and by themselves, they're really doing a lot of good work already. But government enabling policy and programs are needed to scale up so that more impact can be achieved and the acceleration of the Sustainable Development Goals can be possible. That's the reason why we have a very important session this afternoon entitled Enabling Social Enterprises Towards Innovative Solutions to Eradicate Poverty and Reinforce the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development in Asia Pacific. I am Marie-Lisa Dacanay. I'm the president of the Institute for Social Entrepreneurship in Asia. I'm the focal person for the Social and Community Enterprise Constituency of the CSO engagement mechanism, which engages the UN system on the Sustainable Development Goals. And in this afternoon session, I will be moderating. Without much ado, because we only have 1 hour, 15 minutes, I'd like to call on Ms. Ayaka Matsuno, the director of Sasakawa Peace Foundation for Gender Investment and Innovation Program, to give the opening remarks for this afternoon.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much for coming here to this session. I know this is late in the afternoon. So I would like to introduce our distinguished speakers and reactors. Honorable Jose Manuela Alba, Vice Chairperson of Committee of the SDGs, House of Representatives, Philippines. Welcome. Champion of the Poverty Reduction through Social Enterprise Bill, present bill that we will be talking about today. And Kun Napa Setakon, Director of Office of Social Enterprise Promotion, OSEP, Thailand. And Undersecretary, Madame Christina Roque. Welcome here. MSME Development Group, Department of Trade and Industry, DTI, Philippines. And also reactors, Mr. Arjun Batarai, National Coordinator, Nepal Development Initiative, Kun Tarapurapon Punyolin, General Manager, SE Thailand, and Ms. Buyon Cho, Country Director, Camp International, and Mr. Jonathan Won, Chief of Innovation and Enterprise and Investment, UNSCAP. And our moderator, Dr. Marie-Lisa Dacanay, President of ISEA. Welcome. And colleagues and friends, thank you very much again to join us. My name is Ayaka Matsuno. I'm the Director of Gender Investment and Innovation Program of the Sasakawa Peace Foundation. So the Sasakawa Peace Foundation is a private Japanese foundation, and we strive to strengthen cooperation at all levels between country and Japan and in other countries. We make use of our freedom as a private foundation to effectively promote activities, cooperation in the search for sustainable, equitable, and inclusive society. In my program, we have been promoting women's economic empowerment through entrepreneurship in the region. And then as we believe that investing in the growth of women entrepreneurs will unlock many untapped resources and create multiplier effects among the communities, which leads to more inclusive, equitable, sustainable society. But as we have been continuing to work on this program and then also meet more women entrepreneurs, we realize that many of them are very much impact-driven and solving social challenges through their businesses. So they are entrepreneurs, social entrepreneurs, and running social enterprises. And then as you heard from many speakers in this forum, for the last 2 days, social enterprises have potential to accelerate achievement of the 2030 social development goals, as well as promoting gender equality and reducing poverty. Social enterprise are social mission-driven and wealth-creating organizations that primarily serve marginalized population and providing them access to basic services and sustainable livelihood. According to a 2021 report by UNESCAP, British Council, and Social Enterprise UK, it is estimated that there are up to 1 million social enterprises in Southeast Asia, often led by women and youth. Just because social enterprise intentionally address difficult social challenges while making their business afloat and financially viable, understandably, they often face their unique challenges. To make their lives easier, we wanted to understand that introduce enabling environment and a support should be created, including formal policies, laws, support mechanism for social enterprise, and their legal recognition as social enterprise is very much important. So today, we are here to discuss how policy frameworks, laws, and enabling environment can facilitate the growth of social enterprise. First, we look at the Philippines. Since 2012, the Poverty Reduction through Social Entrepreneurship Bill, we call it Present Bill, and its coalition, a network of civil society organizations, social entrepreneurs, resource institutions, academia, advocates, has been at the forefront of advocating for the comprehensive and enabling policy framework in recognition and support for social enterprises. This policy framework, anchored by the present bill, provides for the recognition and qualification of social enterprise to avail of support programs and incentives to thrive, become sustainable, and uplift more people out of poverty. Additionally, recognizing the role of specific needs of women entrepreneurs in the social enterprise sphere, the present bill has addressed by increasing specific provision on gender, supporting their role and specific needs. In the meanwhile, Thailand has pioneered the movement in social entrepreneurship policy in the region through the Social Enterprise Promotion Act of 2019. Amidst Thailand's steady progress in raising social and economic development levels, the Social Enterprise Promotion Act has put the growth potential of social enterprise high on the national agenda, showing the Thai government is open to explore measures that enable greater movement towards social impact. As this year marks 5th anniversary of the Act has passed, we are interested in knowing how the Act has transformed the country's social entrepreneurs landscape in Thailand. At the same time, we understand that no policymaking or its implementation are without challenges. So therefore, we hope that we can create a robust discussion on perspective from current movement, centering around social enterprise policies, not only between Thailand and the Philippines, but also in other Asia-Pacific regions, and how they can be seen as innovative solutions, contributing to achieving SDGs through today's discussion. We would like to express our gratitude to all speakers and reactors who came here today to share their experience and perspectives. And lastly, thank you very much for ISEA for letting us be part of the conversation. We hope that the Sasakawa Peace Foundation can continue exploring opportunities to provide support, exchange ideas, to collaborate with many of you, and create a long-lasting collective impact together with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Ayaka. And we're happy that apart from us in this room, we actually are online, and there are more than 50 who have already come in as part of this conversation. So welcome our virtual participants. Yeah, somebody's monitoring your chats, and you will be knowing what you will be saying on the chat. So please keep them coming. So without much ado, I'd like to call on our keynote speaker, and we're very lucky that we have with us the champion in the House of Representatives for the Poverty Reduction through Social Entrepreneurship Bill. As has been explained, we've been lobbying. I say we because I'm the convener of the Poverty Reduction through Social Entrepreneurship Coalition that Ayako was talking about. And we have been working very closely with congressional champions. And the person we have with us is a congressman from Bukidnon in Mindanao, but he has been our champion for the poverty reduction through social entrepreneurship bill, chairing the sessions in the technical working group in the House of Representatives that fast-tracked the process of creating a compromise bill so that it can be presented to the plenary of the House. So without much ado, I'd like to call on Congressman Jose Manuel Alba, whom we call Kong Joman.
Thank you, Doc Lisa. Good afternoon, everyone. My fellow advocates and practitioners of social entrepreneurship. I am truly honored to speak before you today to keynote what to me is a bright spot given everyone's assessment of the delays and the slow pace that the 2030 agenda for sustainable development is being pursued in our region. Since the opening plenary, everyone has lamented at the SDG report, SDG 2024 report for the Asia Pacific region, that at the pace we are going, we need at least how many years?
32.
32 more years for our region to achieve its SDG targets. That is why this forum, to discuss the critical role of social entrepreneurship in fostering innovation, to drive poverty eradication, build fairer communities and societies, and co-create a more sustainable future, is very critical and very important. The Philippines, a nation with a rich history of resilience and entrepreneurship, has embraced the transformative potential of social enterprises, from bustling urban centers to remote rural communities where I come from. Filipino social entrepreneurs, in partnership with the government, are crafting solutions that address pressing social and environmental issues while fostering economic empowerment at the grassroots level. However, the journey towards recognizing and formalizing the role of social enterprises within the Philippine legal framework has been one marked by perseverance and dedication. Over the years, numerous initiatives led by the poverty reduction through social entrepreneurship, or commonly known as Present Coalition, and their legislative champions have been undertaken to enact the present bill, or the actual title is An Act Promoting the Growth and Development of Social Enterprises as a Means to Alleviate Poverty, establishing for the purpose the Poverty Reduction through Social Entrepreneurship Program and appropriating funds therefore. This bill, that supports and empowers social entrepreneurs and the marginalized sectors they serve. It was first filed in 2012 during the 15th Congress. But at the time, most people were still asking about the nature of social enterprises and how this particular sector within the MSME group can be a tool for poverty reduction. During the 16th Congress, from 2013 to 2016, the present bill was referred to the Committee on Small and Business and Entrepreneurship Development. In the 17th Congress, it was jointly referred to the Committee on Micro, Small and Medium Enterprises Development and Poverty alleviation. During the 18th Congress, which is from 2019 to 2022, it was referred to the Committee on Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprise Development. My dear friends, since 2012, we saw positive developments in the way people think and appreciate social entrepreneurship. There have been marked changes as the questions being asked have started to shift towards, okay, we agree that the social mission-driven enterprises are an important part of solving poverty. So what can we do? What can we do to support them? This openness to support social enterprises was, of course, also aided by the development and growth of social enterprises that have become more visible. A study supported by UNESCAP estimated that social enterprises in the Philippines numbered around 164,000 by 2017, making them around 18% of all enterprises in the country. And if one considers that an earlier study in 2007 put the number at 30,000 social enterprises have actually grown by leaps and bounds for over a period of 10 years. Building on these gains over the past years, things further improved this 19th Congress through concerted efforts sustained by the Poverty Reduction through Social Entrepreneurship or Present Coalition, and of course the growing number of champions among our legislators, both in the House of Representatives and in the Senate. We were able to push this measure forward. This included active engagement with government departments during and beyond committee deliberations, and advocacy campaigns highlighted by Social Enterprise Fair, featuring the many products and social entrepreneurs in the halls of the House of Representatives itself. We have really made significant strides towards institutionalizing support for social enterprises. The current measure was extensively deliberated upon by our MESMED Technical Working Group, led by this humble representation, and supported by the Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprise Development Committee, headed by our very good chairman, Representative Christian Onabia. At this point, please allow me to share with you some key provisions of the proposed present bill, which underscores our commitment to fostering inclusive and sustainable development through the empowerment of marginalized communities. This bill highlights the role of social enterprises as partners in transforming the livelihoods of marginalized sectors and in distributing the wealth they create to the poor, who are their primary stakeholders. Key mandates include requiring social enterprises to invest at least 60% of their net revenues into sustaining their social mission, ensuring tangible benefits for the marginalized sectors they serve. Additionally, the bill seeks to establish the Poverty Reduction through Social Entrepreneurship Program, a comprehensive initiative aimed at promoting the development of the social enterprise sector. It also mandates the incorporation of viable social enterprise development plans into the local government planning and encourages collaboration with social enterprises with the marginalized as primary stakeholders. Furthermore, the bill strengthens institutional support by expanding the existing Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprise Development Council, or the MESMED Council, an attached agency of the Department of Trade and Industry. This is to effectively spur the growth and development of both micro, small, and medium enterprises and social enterprises. It shall be known as the National Enterprise Development Council, or NEDC. The bill also provides for the creation of a social enterprise committee under the NEDC to ensure that the NEDC can fulfill its additional mandate for social enterprises. These entities will oversee the qualification of social enterprises and resource institutions, ensuring effective representation and coordination. To enhance the capacity and sustainability of SEs, the bill proposes the establishment of an SE capability building and sustainability program, focusing on training, institutional strengthening, and access to financial resources. It mandates incorporation of social entrepreneurship content at all levels of our education system. It also supports the creation of mechanisms such as the SE Guarantee Fund Pool and the Social Enterprise Recovery and Rehabilitation Fund to mitigate risks and build resilience. Importantly, the bill promotes hybrid financing models and opportunities to robustly participate in government procurement systems and processes. It also mandates the allocation of government resources to support social enterprises and their stakeholders. To ensure that women are co-equal partners as leaders and stakeholders of social enterprises, gender provisions have been integrated in all facets of the legislative measure. In summary, ladies and gentlemen, the present bill represents a comprehensive framework to empower SEs and the poor they serve as agents of change in our fight against poverty and inequality and in our pursuit of a sustainable future. As we gather here today, let us recommit ourselves to the cause of social enterprise and multi-stakeholder partnerships. Let us leverage the power of innovation, collaboration, and solidarity to build a more equitable and sustainable future for all. Together, we can harness the transformative power of social entrepreneurship to drive meaningful change and create a world where no one is left behind. Thank you and good afternoon.
Thank you very much, Congressman Alba. We call him fondly Kong Joman. Anyway, we now go to our first panelist for today, and we are very lucky that the head of the director of the Office of Social Enterprise Promotion, which is the mandated office in Thailand by the law to implement social enterprise policy, is here with us this afternoon. We actually have had her before, but it's the first time we're having her in a panel of government speakers. So may I now call on Mrs. Napa Setakorn to present about the social enterprise promotion law and the way that they've implemented it in Thailand.
First of all, I would like to thank you, the organizer, to invite me to join this event. My colleague, the first panelist, to wrap up about the law of Thailand already. You got the same about social enterprise promotion like you, and this is the law, the objective for the elimination to direction about the poverty like that, and to decrease or delete the discrimination like that. You said like that. Thank you so much. So is it the end? No. Okay. Social enterprise is recognized in many countries, including Thailand, because it's one key factor to develop the economy beyond the business. Business is this business, not the general business, but business beyond the social objective. This is complicated for the social enterprises, not the general business. One hand, you should go to the purpose on the business for the profit of business. And on the other hand, you should go to the end of the good social and environment. So this is a complicated for the social business, social enterprise. So Thailand, the government to attract the great important to the speak and to the promote and promotion the social enterprise. The one way that the key policy of the Thailand in my country about the under the Social Enterprise Promotion Act 2019, which in the intention for the social enterprise promotion to expand and increase the competitiveness, domestic and international trade, because every the social enterprise aware that if you don't have the profit, this is you cannot to help or to support the social and the environment. So this is a very important that you should have the profit of the business. So the after the Thailand to have the law effective 2019, I know that this law is very complicated because they have the many sections. You can see the law on the QR code. 98 section is very many the sections and complicated. Okay, I would like to show you some chapters that important for to the implement success the entrepreneurship to be the social enterprise promotion. The 5 chapters is a make the this law success for the social enterprise promotion. The first is the meaning of the social enterprise. I don't know that it's the same your view or not, because this is the word is very complicated in Thailand. Because mean that social enterprise mean is a company or juristic person, only juristic person, and they have the business. Example, to have the product, to have the service, go through the aim of the profit, and beyond the social objective. It's another hand, social objective. This is not only the social enterprise meaning, but include about there are register under my office or register from my office. This is important because I will they got the certification for them. So if you can see my law, you can see the article, the section, or the section number 5 is a very complicated. The condition of the social enterprise, or the business are the sense social enterprise, the 5 or 6 conditions. This is a very complicated for them. So nowadays I have only the 270 social enterprises in Thailand because they're very difficult to the register formed in this law. Chapter 2 is important in this law. Social Enterprise Promotion Committee, like the committee, but you say the council, yes, but I call it committee. The committee is comprised of the Prime Minister or the Deputy Prime Minister, the interested by as the chairperson, and compound of the relevant agency as a committee. This committee has duties and powers as follows. Is it important to provide formulate strategy, national plan, or the policy for the social enterprise promotion? Another to the like support the research, like you, and the study concern of the social enterprise. And the end, like a control and advise me, my office. I think I said my office is Office of Social Enterprise Promotion because I am the director there. So to control and advise the office to prefer the activity under the law. This is a very significant or important for the committee. So this is chapter 2 or the chapter 3. They have the 2 parts under the administration and operation. The first part is the Office of Social Enterprise Promotion, and another is the Social Enterprise Promotion Fund. The first that they say to you, the Office of Social Enterprise Promotion under this law. This is as the central authority to support and to promote social enterprise. This is the aim to our mission to promote social enterprise through strength and self-reliance. This is I know that it is not only my stand alone to do. This is the big duties, but I will to get together, cooperate with the with the networking to the partner. So this is they call it ecosystem. So my office is the supervision from Prime Minister, under supervision of the Prime Minister. And I allocate yearly budget from the government as well. So the part 2 mentioned about the Social Enterprise Promotion Fund. This is a law mentioned fund, but I have no the subsidy or seed money from the government. But in this law said that you will distribute from the big corporate or the individual person like that. So it is difficult for me to do that because this is a period of the crisis, economic crisis. So really difficult for me to do that. So this is a fund, to have the 3 objectives for the social enterprise, only the social enterprise. The first, to loan money to the social enterprise for the establishing, promoting, expand the social enterprise activity like that. The number 2 is to provide the capital assistance for the initiative stage of social enterprise. And the last one, provide the project base only for the business sector, government agency, and civil society, not social enterprise. But this is the third. Mean that this sector you will to do the project or activity under the national social enterprise promotion plan, and to show to me about the project. I will provide the capital or budget for them like that. Okay, this is a very important fund because nowadays the most social enterprise said that it is important for them to build, to establish, and to forward them go to the growth of the business. But now I have to know the budget for them now because I have no money on the fund. But no problem because nowadays the senator, they know that this is difficult for me to the strength of the social enterprise. So now they draft and amendment this article. I think the 48 section like that. This article about the fund, and nowadays the why go to the cabinet for the cabinet designation go on. Chapter 4, promotion of support of social enterprise. This is a chapter is not the various measure for the promotion of the social enterprise. The one is to provide the money or to provide the fund assistance from the social enterprise promotion fund. Number 2, the tax benefit. The third is government procurement benefit. And another measure like that to training, to incubation, and take knowledge like that. So the very short for me, 12 minutes. So I will fast to presentation. and you are hungry as well. I know that. Chapter 7 is very important in this law. Mention about the social enterprise assembly, because this assembly, my office shall be the organize or undertake meeting under the assembly at least once a year. At least 1 year. Objective to get together opinion or idea from the relevant agency. And this is the idea or opinion to formulate to the policy and propose to my committee and until to the cabinet. And this is it. The okay cabinet will to allocate. I think so. Allocate the more budget for the my office like that. So this is to do every year, one time every year. You know, this is a wrap up in my law about law, but very complicated and very hard to win to the implement, because this is the new one. Social enterprise is a new one. When I word the word social enterprise, the most not understand what is it social enterprise, but I use the word social business. Social, oh, okay. I understand, because social enterprise, what I can say, condition of the social enterprise is many the article, many example. Social enterprise should have be the objective on the social with business. And another, the social enterprise driving not less than 50% of revenue from the sale goods or service. Or another, using not less than 70% of profit for social purpose of social enterprise. And you should have the good governance like that. So this is the hard to win for the to be the social enterprise. After over the past year, my office aware that this law, the mention about the partnership or the connection is very important to go to the success social enterprise promotion, because I know that I cannot stand alone. And the business nowadays, is it not a one-side business like that? So my office try to get together the relevant agency to be the partnership or connection as the ecosystem. Every area, such as the capital, marketing, innovative product, technology, and consumer. Consumer nowadays in Thailand are more aware on the social responsibility and the green environment. So this is about very important to promote and to support the social enterprise product. So that two years ago, I have the MOU with the relevant agency that to be the ecosystem. Example, the Ministry of Commerce, Ministry of Interior, Government Saving Bank, National Innovation Agency, Ministry of Social Development and Human Security, and Central Group Company through Corporation Company like that. So another, the law implement for the success, the entrepreneur to be the social enterprise promotion. It's like you can see, like the Philippines said that the bill. The first is raise awareness. This is difficult for me and for my staff, because this is a new one policy for me, and difficult for explain about the social enterprise, what meaning. So if you don't know, you don't understand social enterprise, what meaning or what is a social enterprise is very difficult to go to the knowledge. It is very difficult, but I will try again. Incubation for the I can see for the pre-social enterprise group. Okay, finish. Okay, I will fast. I will the very fast. Incubation, training and coaching, market growth, and the SE ecosystem and incentive that I said to you, like benefit at the law, in the law. And the another one is OSEP. It is my short name of my office, OSEP, the nickname OSEP. OSEP Action Plan 2024 to 2027. They have the 5 strategy. You can see on the PowerPoint. Because this is the mention from the law, my office should to draft or to do or to effective this is a plan. And the last one is incentive. Okay, incentive. That I said to you, this is like a incentive for the complicated social enterprise promotion, because I know that almost SE or social enterprise is occur from the passion, but is it incentive is very important for them, because they are the hard to win to product and profit to the social aspect. So the government to provide the incentive for them, the tax benefit, the government procurement, and that is said to you in the law. Okay, this is a wrap up for me, but the last one I don't to present for you, but I show you by PowerPoint the success case, the 3 success case in innovation, technology, and the new product from the SE success, like that. You can see. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you, Kun Napa, and I'm sorry about the time, but we only have 1 hour, 15 minutes. So thank you very much for that informative presentation. May we now call on USEC Chris Roque, Christina Roque, the Micro, Small, and Medium Enterprise Development Group head from the Department of Trade and Industry in the Philippines. It's a newly created group headed by an undersecretary. And may I now call on her to make her presentation.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. In behalf of the Department of Trade and Industry of the Philippines, I would like to say thank you for inviting us to attend this session on social enterprise, as this is very important to the growth of our country. Okay, as I start, in a world where profit often takes precedence over the people and the environment, social entrepreneurship stands as a beacon of hope, demonstrating that businesses can flourish while making a positive income on society and the world that we live in. Prioritizing both profit and purpose, social entrepreneurship is a business model that embodies innovation, compassion, and progress. Social entrepreneurship in the Philippines. In a study published by the British Council and the Philippine Social Enterprise Network, with support from the European Union and the United Nations, there may be as many as 164,000 social enterprises operating in the Philippines. Such is contributing to the nation's socio-economic development. On these social enterprises, 70% operate as micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises. 31% are non-stock, non-profit corporation, and 68% stated at their purpose was to pursue profit and social environmental impact jointly. The study also found that 44% of the social enterprises surveyed are women-led, while 56% are led by men. Notably, women and leadership in social enterprises is comparatively higher in the Philippines within the South Asian context. in countries like India, Pakistan, and Bangladesh, for the MSMED Council resolution supporting social entrepreneurship, the Philippine government recognizes the importance of social enterprises, which are included in the Philippine Development Plan 2017 to 2022 strategy in reducing inequality, and in the MSME Development Plan 2017 to 2022 focus area on business capacity to develop more incentive business models and social enterprises. Pending the enactment of the enabling legislative measure for the social enterprises, the MSME Development Council, chaired by the sorry, I missed that. Anyway, through this resolution, we define the social enterprises as a social mission-driven organization that creates wealth within contributing to social well-being and economical sustainability. In a developing country context, many social enterprises pursue poverty reduction or improving the quality of life of specific segments of the marginalized and vulnerable sectors as a major objective. We also identified two core attributes of social enterprises that differentiate them from regular businesses. First, a social enterprise provides transformational engagement with marginalized sectors where they not only improve conditions but also empower marginalized individuals to become partners, leaders, and stakeholders within the enterprise. The second, a social enterprise adheres to a distributed enterprise philosophy, prioritizing wealth stakeholders rather than wealth accumulation for owners of a regular business. These characteristics underscore the broader social mission and inclusive approach of social enterprises compared to profit-driven businesses. The Department of Trade and Industry, in collaboration with the MSME Development Council, plays a pivotal role in the an innovative role. Their efforts involve not just recognizing but actively catalyzing a transformative process. This includes tailoring specialized programs and services for social enterprises, connecting them to the digital economy, and providing mentorship to guide their evolution into a robust and impactful entities. The DTI programs for social enterprises. DTI's, the Department of Trade and Industry, offers various support programs for the MSME, including social enterprises, to foster economic growth and social progress. Initiatives such as Negosyo Center, Kapatid Mentor Me program provides essential services and mentorship to entrepreneurs. Digital platforms like the Negosyo Center online portal and Central Business Portal streamline processes and facilitates access to these resources. Specialized programs like the CTRL and the Biz Robot Now aid in digital transformation crucial in today's business landscape. Furthermore, the DTI promotes market access through virtual trade fairs and partnership with e-commerce platform. Filipino social entrepreneurs. Filipino social entrepreneurs exemplify the fusion of business acumen with social and environmental impact. Companies like Human Nature, Happy Noi, Rags to Riches have uplifted communities while building successful enterprises. Their stories underscore the transformative potential of social entrepreneurship in addressing societal challenges. As I close, as we continue our journey, let's reaffirm our commitment to support social entrepreneurship and its role in building a more just and sustainable future. Embracing the power of business for positive change, let's work together to create a better tomorrow for all. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Yusek Chris. And now we now go to the reactors. We're lucky to have 3 reactors with us coming from 3 different sub-regions. No, I would first call on Miss Tarla Proporn or Pang Punyarin. She is the general manager of SE Thailand, the Social Enterprise Thailand, which actually is a consortium of social enterprises and social enterprise resource institutions. Pang, please take the floor.
Thank you, Lisa. I'm trying to have like longer version. Okay. Thank you. All right. Thank you so much. Okay. Good afternoon, and it's really honor for me to be here sharing what we have learned during the last 5 years with the journey that we have Social Enterprise Promotion Act in Thailand. I'm Tarla. You can call me Tarla as well. Pang is my Thai name, but you can also call me Tarla. SE Thailand is actually a member-based organization. We are private sector. We were set up during the time that the government was planning to have this act. Even before the last 5 years, we were a group of social entrepreneurs thinking that this is what we need to be included in the current act. We proposed 6 points to the government and they accepted 5 points. And then we have the Social Enterprise Promotion Act. We were born a little bit before OSEP. We were born in January 2019, and then the law is enacted in May the same year. So we will say that we are very close friends who are in this journey to promote the social enterprises in Thailand. What I would like to share is that in our view, in our SE view, we are really happy to have this act. We are happy because we see that the government is really focusing on us. The government is trying to support us. They see the importance of having the social enterprises in the country, which is the one mechanism that can tackle the social issues in the country. And it is agreed across the world. So it's really a good start. As I mentioned, that SE Thailand is actually a member-based organization. We also have our members, we call SE Thailand members. Some of them, they register themselves under this act. Some, they don't. For those who register under this act, they see the benefits of registering themselves to be certified as SE under the act. Mostly, they would like to have the benefits from the government, especially the social program, tax exemption, and accessing to the Social Enterprise Promotion Fund. And for those who prefer not to certify themselves as SE under this act, there are several reasons. One of that could be they are already SE. They feel like every day, everything they do, they already SE. They don't need anyone to certify, and they don't see the benefits. It means that their customers at that time might not be the government. They already can handle their tax, and they might feel like the barrier, the responsibility of sending the reports or other thing, they are quite worried. That's why they prefer not to certify yet. But it doesn't mean that they will not certify at all. What we heard from them is like they are waiting for more information under this act as well, because we have the act is like a big umbrella, but we still need to have the sub laws, the details under that. But overall, what we think that the act is really useful. It quite covers what is needed to be there to promote social enterprises. And another point I would like to share, you already see the big picture here, our standpoint. And next, Kunapa already mentioned about the process of amendments of this act. Along these 5 years, we have heard like several comments and feedbacks from social entrepreneurs, from the government agency as well, from the private sectors. And in December last year, it's like a very good timing where Senator was asking SE Thailand as well whether how our SE Thailand members think about the amendments of this act. That's why we started the process of having online survey, arranging on-site event, and we also have the in-depth interview with some of the SEs. In total, we have information from 60 social entrepreneurs. They provide the feedbacks like these are what they need to be amended again in this act. And in those 9 points, I would say 3 of them are related with the definition and qualification for SE to be certified. Let me look at the number again. 2 related with the definition. 3 amendment proposed related with the SE Promotion Fund,
Mm.
another 3 related with tax benefit, and the last one, another one is related with government procurement, especially on the impact measurement. So I can, if I have time, I can go into detail in this 9 points as well. So the first one is like, in this act, certified SEs are categorized into 2 types, dividend sharing and non-dividend sharing. Is really clear like that. One of the proposal from SEs are like, when we look at the number, sorry. Okay. Okay, it's quite complicated, so I'm trying to make it easier for you to understand. Okay, there are 2 tracks, dividend sharing and non-dividend sharing. Okay, put it there first. What I'm going to say is about one qualification for certified SE is to have at least 50% of the revenue from products and services, not from donation. And that is for non-dividend sharing type. Mhm. Our SE, those who replied, who gave us information, they think that this rigid number, 50%, should be more flexible. Mhm. It should be more flexible. And for those who, for SE who are in the early stage, they should rely on, of course, they rely on more funding support. 50% for them might not be practical. That's why they see like that. But they are quite fair to mention like, it's okay if you have different numbers for that and different benefits for each SEs. So the more that SE sacrifice or have to follow the rules, the more benefit they should have. That is the structure. Another one is about the dividend sharing. We have dividend sharing type. The number is at 30% of the dividend can be shared to the shareholders. They see that it should be flexible again, and the number could be varied, 0 to 100. It's quite broad, but the key is that different SE should receive different benefit. Like if you're not sharing dividend at all, you should get the maximum, the benefit that the government could provide. And for those who are cannot share the dividend, oh sorry, I spoke
other
it.
way.
Yeah, but you
The
get
other
me
way.
right. Yeah. Okay, that's it. And they prefer this way because one of the benefit under this act is to have the investment from the public. But the public, they are not interested in investing with SE because they get only 30% of the dividend. It's not attractive enough. So yeah, they would like to have flexibility. Another 3 points about the SE promotion fund. This is like very big topic for us SEs. It's very hopeful to hear that, oh, hey, in Thailand, we are going to have SE promotion funds. Yeah, but in the reality, there is no information yet. As I
No
mentioned,
plan
that the
yet.
sub laws are still coming. Yeah, so we have heard that SE might have to contribute their profit to this fund, and that is one proposal that we prefer not to contribute at all. Or if we have to contribute, we prefer to have another incentive to bother that contribution. And another thing is the source of the funding that as Kunapa mentioned. We SE know that there is no money in this fund. So we would like to have the support from the government. Please provide the money in this fund so that we can access to this fund. And that is the 3rd point about the fund. Accessing to the fund should be more inclusive. Since we don't know the detail yet, but we prefer to make it inclusive for all stages of SE. Apart from that is about tax. The same concept should be more inclusive, not because now I would say that all of the tax incentives are for non-dividend sharing SEs. For those dividend sharing SE, they prefer to have the tax incentive as well, but they don't know whether it's possible or not. And the last one is about social procurement. If the government would like to buy things from products or services from the social enterprises, they might require a social impact measurement, but SE cannot do that on their own. If the government or the OSEP can provide a standard tools for them to use and is agreeable with all the government agencies, they understand what it is, I think it really helpful. So in short, in this proposal, our SE in Thailand requires more flexibility and inclusivity. Yeah.
Thank you very much, Pang, for a very short presentation that was very substantive. And I think we need to learn a lot from the 5 years of experience for Thailand, from Thailand in terms of implementing the law. No? So maybe now go to South Asia. Our reactor is Mr. Arjun Bhattarai, the National Coordinator of the Nepal Development Initiative. Arjun?
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you giving this opportunity and organizing such a great events. And I want to start to sharing the policy landscape in Nepal. So what is really the social enterprise, how we understand, okay? So actually in Nepal, we don't have actually the social enterprise law still, and we have different type of social enterprise model. However, there are social enterprise managed by the cooperatives. So many cooperatives, they say social enterprise, the many over 60,000 cooperative run by the communities. And second types of social enterprise managed by the NGOs, like my NGOs, there are many NGO managing some social enterprise. So they say the social enterprise, okay? So third is the social enterprise managed by this non-profit company. That we have a non-profit law, and under non-profit law, they say the social enterprise, they do something social enterprise activity. And fourth is the social enterprise. The private company also, they say themselves the social enterprise under the corporate social responsibility, because we have a law called corporate social responsibility law. And then under that law, there's some social enterprise activities doing and running by. And some, of course, there's some like in public company also, they do some social enterprise. So because of this lack of the separate social enterprise law, so it's very important to hear from Philippines and Thailand. So it's very important. So and because of that, we have data gaps of the social enterprise. So how many social enterprise actually the social enterprise is running? So this is the very one issue we are engaging. And second, there we have college and university, they are teaching the social enterprise. But the problem is that there is a lack of there's a practice in the real ground. So because there's a not clear laws and policy in the social enterprise. And there's a in the government in 2021 established one mechanism called Social Enterprise Fund. So I was the member of this. Still, I'm a member, but not that fund not active this till now, because the government changes. So after that, priority changing. So government not giving to priority more on social enterprise, but we are more pushing our agenda. And as also I'm on the chair of the Catalyst 2030 Nepal chapter and doing Catalyst movement across the country and the region. So we are engaging a lot with the university, college, and also the government institutions. So how you can prepare the good laws and policy to support the social entrepreneurs. So already we established a network in Nepal. So it's called Social Entrepreneurs National Forum. So we are over 120 social entrepreneurs members. So we are collectively bargaining with the government to draft the new laws and policies. And we are building the alliance and networking Nepal and across the region. So I think it will be helpful to understand what is going in India and other continents. So and that we are creating the knowledge platform and the digital platform to share the knowledge and all the things of the social enterprise. And also we're doing the lobby and advocacy from the the local government, sub-national government, and the national governments, because it's very important. And this time is a government preparing the 16 plans of the national plan, because we have 5-year plan. It's 5 year they introduce a new plan. So this is just the 16 plan is going on. Okay, so we are lobby to national government. So to at least to keep some chapter on the social enterprise, but it's still I don't know, they will keep the social enterprise chapter whether there, but at least they'll keep some this this corporate social responsibility issue, because it's a more priority. And other hand, this year Nepal government is having this voluntary national review, third voluntary national review. So we are pushing the economic agenda, social enterprise agenda. So myself leading the whole process of the voluntary national review on behalf of Nepal SDG Forum Civil Society. So my priority and more focusing on the how more give the priority the social enterprise sector in our voluntary national review. So this is it's a good opportunity to engaging the government. And this year also the Nepal government is sharing this APFSD this APFSD session. So I think this group, I think the ASEAN group can, even we can discuss with our this National Planning Commission by ISEA to more focus on the social enterprise issues. And we are a lobby, and we are doing connecting the financial institutions. There are some financial institutions they want to promote the social enterprise, but we are a little bit scary to engage with the financial institution because they are more thinking the profit than the people's. Okay, so how we can more we think more the people's rather than profit. So this is the very scary, but they want to support to some social enterprise group in Nepal. And also the we are supporting some innovation and incubation project to the youth, women's, and marginalized community. And we have many indigenous technology, indigenous social enterprise. So we have to work with them, and then they're interested to to keep their indigenous technology knowledge in connection with the social enterprise. And also we do the some value add and this branding and promotion, because we have the problem of the patents of the social entrepreneurship. This is very difficult to patents. So how we do give the patent rights, all the things. So this so we are engaging the patent law. So this is the very important part to to promote the social enterprise. So these are the activity what we are doing. So in future, so our initiative more focusing the laws and policy, and of course there's other areas, capacity building, networking, alliance building, and promotion of the social enterprise across the country. Thank you.
Thank you, Arjun. Well, maybe we can relax a little bit because we just requested extension of our forum because we are the last forum for today, no? So we can extend, and they agreed to have us extend for 30 minutes. But of course, we know that some of you may be leaving by 6 o'clock. But maybe we now have our last reactor. She is Buyung Cho, the country director for Camp International. They're Korea-based, but they are actually working in many developing countries.
All right, good afternoon. I'm much more relaxed because of the extension. Thank you. I am Buyang Jo, the country director of Camp International, an NGO in Korea for international development cooperation. We established and operate a community-led social enterprise to reduce poverty in relocation areas and rural areas of the Philippines. We were able to make a good example and continue to have a direction for fostering and networking social enterprise in the Philippines based on the strong connectivity and localities. As an international development cooperation organization, our direction aligns with the Sustainable Development Goals, definitely. So we choose social enterprises as an important framework for our development operation. Community-led social enterprise, as we know, the important keywords here are economic feasibility, independence, and social capital. First is economic feasibility we are looking for. Community needs capital for themselves to move forward. However, external or international support stops when faced with the global crisis. It fluctuates with the external policies as well. So it cannot support the community to grow stably. That is why it is very important to come up with a business to improve economic feasibility on its own through entrepreneurship. Having independency and economic capacity means creating self-reliance. Then it can lead to changes and innovation without dependency. Finally, the country's social capital will be accumulated throughout this. When social capital gradually gathers, it becomes the basis for society to grow and can be linked to poverty reduction in a bigger perspective. It is not just to temporarily improve the quality of the life by providing services, but to have a greater impact on society in a sustainable way through social enterprise and entrepreneurship. During pandemic, we experienced many development sites collapsed and foreign development workers had to return to their home countries. Many sites without grants and human resources have gone back to the past. It's not sustainable way, definitely. So when we think of another pandemic or global crisis, we must explore other ways and make a sustainability. However, one organization or institute cannot do this alone. On this point, I would like to emphasize the governance and then policies. One example, when we established social enterprises in the Philippines, the Korean government support the infrastructure, TESDA support the technical cooperation, LGU, local government unit, provide the legal and admin support. And actually, DTI support the marketing, and the University of the Philippines support the capacity building programs and human resources. And several Korean companies emphasize capital and support business model development. Building governance and creating a collective impact is the key. International development cooperation is not about giving, it is about working together. So we prove this with our mothers, youth, and farmers. In this sense, today's discussion is, I think, very critical. We saw this case of the Thailand and expect the future direction of the Philippines and other Asia Pacific countries. I think the policy support will be the leverage, the social impact more and more, and we are expecting more. I hope Camp Asia hope this will be a big step in achieving the SDG by meeting well with the development cooperation. Thank you for listening, and then thank you for having this opportunity.
Thank you very much. I think all the speakers have been very cooperative in relation to trying to keep it short, but we really have so much to say, no? But now that we have an extension and with the permission of Jonathan, is it possible for us to have a few questions? Yes, okay. Because we were given a 30-minute extension for an open forum so that we can have some active engagement with the audience. So maybe we can have questions from the audience here and then also from our online participants. And of course, the panelists can also ask questions from each other, right? So anyone would like to ask a question at this point? Yes, please. Please identify yourself and then please identify who you want to direct the
Yeah,
question
I'm
to.
Abdul Awal from Bangladesh. And I personally and my organization also involved with promoting the social enterprises in our country. You know that basically NGOs started building a lot of social enterprise initiative in Bangladesh and transformed, many NGOs transformed as a social enterprise because two things was considered that those who are depending on the foreign aid, external aid, they are a different kind. But many of the NGOs, they started activity to really get self-sustainability through business. But that business must address the issues, people's issues, benefit either people or environment or society. So this is the main thing in Bangladesh. I'm just concluding this. The experience from Philippines and Thailand is wonderful that you have some better situation now because here in this discussion, distinguished congressman, he was telling about the
Proposed law.
okay.
It's still proposed.
Okay. So this is wonderful that some example has been created in, and I have three, four dimensions. You know, many years ago, I started with fair trade activities, trading, and we call that fair trade. Fair trade movement also a kind of.
May we request you to keep it short so that we can have some
So a
discussion.
kind of social initiative to benefit the artisan. And gradually, we have now 4, 5 kinds of social enterprise model working. But we need a convergence in future. And some organizations are proposing that social and solidarity kind of mechanism can be promoted so that we will be able to reach the SDGs. To really focus the man, people, environment, and women, these 3 main dimensions. So I think it's really wonderful, and I'm learning from others. Thank you very much for giving this an opportunity.
You. But I think in Bangladesh, there seems to be no enabling policy and programs from government, no? It's all been the civil society led initiatives.
Because the government is not thinking on this. They are focusing on small and medium-sized enterprises. And so it's not a question of any profit or social goal or nothing. But the NGOs are really keeping all the social objectives in their thinking.
I guess what we're trying to say now is that enabling policy and programs from government are needed so that social enterprises can thrive and grow, no? So maybe, can accelerate. Yes, Kunapa.
Thank you so much that you are the question, no, not the question, and the shared idea and experience. You know, the Thailand has the crisis on the donation from the big corporate, because civil society now they raise the donation from the big corporate. About 2 months ago, civil society associations come to me and to talk. They want to be the social enterprise, earn the money from them, not only the donation, from the donation. So this is a difficult that you said. Civil society is hard to win about the business sector, business side. So I will adapt the incubation program to the civil society group. So they separate about the 4 or 3 phase for the civil society group to be the program, incubation program. But now success the phase 1. The phase 1 is a program about the element of the business first, because it's difficult for them to learn about the business because they are not the businessman. So this is the hard to win, but they try to do. But if they not try, I think it is difficult for the NGO or for the civil society to earn the money. So like a Thailand, and you not the I learned about the UK. You know, almost social enterprise in UK from the NGO, you know, because they the more support from the government. So the more the NGO is social enterprises in the UK.
So I actually teach the art of managing multiple bottom lines. No, that's the art of social entrepreneurship. So it's not just business and profit, but it's really combining and synergizing the two, and it's very hard. So, I have other questions. Please identify yourself. The gentleman at the back, I think, was first.
Yeah, my name is Ajay Kumar. I am from India, down south of India, from Kerala. We actually started an enterprise as a recovery program in 2018 flood in Kerala. We still survived somehow. The enterprises survived. But I've seen many such programs collapsed during the process because this is a program basically focusing on the most marginalized communities like indigenous people and Dalits. Ours is the Dalits and indigenous people. And this community has little or no access to market in their usual setup. So I would like to know here from the panel, what is the marketing support that can be given to such units to make it success? Thank you.
Maybe we can ask practitioners and resource institutions the marketing support that is needed for social enterprises or for marginalized communities trying to produce products. Maybe from our reactors. Yes, Arjun.
Thank you for raising this very practical questions, and it's the same problem in Nepal. So what we are doing now, we are making on the online portal called nepalsocialenterprise.org, and that is under construction. It's not open for like everyone. But this product this project for actually supporting the marginalized community, women's groups, they can upload like their 4 or 5 business, but there should be a social enterprise, and we have to make one category like what kinds of business they can promote there. Okay, so that is the one idea, because we have to jump to the online system. Otherwise, it's very difficult to the like rural community. They can get access to direct market. Okay, so this is one way we can promote like social media or online portal. So we need to connect like local community product to online social media, and especially young people, they are interested to engage in the social media. So that is the one that one idea. It's very helpful to promote the enterprise.
Thank you, Arjun. Any Bongcho? Maybe Bongcho first.
Actually, we have the Women's Social Enterprise, which is ICTIN, located in relocation area in Bulacan province. But actually, we actively use the platform of DTI, Go Local Market. So we supply our products to Go Local Market, then it advantage to spread our product to nationwide. So not only our region, but all the province of the Philippines. So it makes mothers be proud. And then people who want to buy the social enterprise product, they saw it and then they contact to the social enterprise. So it makes a bigger impact to having a market. So the government platform to spread the items is very important for us. So I just want to share the cases.
I think in the case of what this Bongchu is sharing, an intermediary social enterprise or intermediary organization which is already has access to government platforms and markets needs to help those marginalized communities do product development and marketing. I think that's the main message, because I think product development which is just production centered will not help the marginalized communities. It needs to be product development and market development hand in hand with the help of intermediary social enterprises like Camp Asia. Yeah. So, Kong Alba?
Yes, in the Philippines, we have the so-called Go Negosyo, negosyo centers all over the country. So, associations can actually approach these negosyo centers if they want any help, whether product development or marketing. In my case, I actually go out of my way to help these associations, especially in remote communities. No, we have this one association of farmers in a very remote place. The name of the association is Bambuhay. They are engaged in bamboo production, bamboo slats. No, so what I did was to connect them directly to the processor. So I actually assisted them. No? So the government will really have to come in, whether it's the local government or the national government. So I think it's what we can have. We can actually have a whole of nation approach in terms of supporting our social enterprises, no, or even small businesses. Thank you.
Thank you, Kong.
Oh.
Okay, thank you, Kong Alba. Maybe we can go back to enabling policy. There's a question for Kun Napa. What do you think of the proposed changes to the law shared by Social Enterprise Thailand, and what are the prospects for them to be put in place as changes in the law? What do you think of the proposed changes that Social Enterprise Thailand is making as proposals to the law? And what are the prospects for putting them in place as changes so that it could be more responsive, I guess, to social enterprise needs? Yeah.
Thank you so much, my close friends, because I know that about the 9 or 6 article, 9 article, I think my staff to talk with an article already. In discipline of Thailand said that if the law not at the time of the law, not only the 5 year, you cannot amendment. So I think this year 2024, it's the 5th year already can amendment, and but the 9 article is very more for the amendment the law. But I think the sum is the sum is important. The first is it is in my mind and in my colleague to talk with like a qualification of the SE, because I said that the very complicated qualification to get the certification. So I think if I have now I have a time, I will the conclusion and talk about the concern agency against to amendment this article. I agree with you. I should to the amendment this article to be the easy to be the social enterprise. Another is the tax benefit. I have a time opportunity to talk with the staff of the Ministry of Financial. He said that this is the first phase. So they want to try the first phase. This is a success or not, the tax benefit for the social enterprise. And after I talk with together this year, the staff of the Ministry of Financial, they said that and me and the representative from the SE to talk together the what article or what the tax they want. So nowadays the amendment already, but proposed to the Director General of this department. I think the 2 or 3 years, the next two or three months, next can announce the new tax. Again, this is the add up the tax for the social
So
enterprise.
tax incentives is good in Thailand? Yeah, because in the Philippines, it's a controversial issue, no, Pang Alba?
But the thing is, it's very important for the SE can get together and hand to hand and to announce and to talk what they want and go to the office and my colleague office to talk and after that they will try to do for them. Okay, and about the government procurement is difficult for me because this is a new one. I think the one way that success is social enterprise should be the initiative products and the product that government need because nowadays the more social enterprise have the product it's not the product of the government, so they cannot sell this product. And this is the new one of the benefit in Thailand. The government buy only the social enterprise. So this is, I think it's use a long time to try and to talk with the government agency. Go on. Okay. And another, I think it is another step to the amendment, the article in the law. But this is 1, 2, 3, 4. This is very important. The first, I will talk with the authority again. Yeah, thank you.
It seems that Pang was saying that the most important is the social enterprise fund, no? Pang?
Just would like to add a little bit that we really understand and we really appreciate what OSEP is trying hard to support us. It's really not easy because it relates with different government organizations and agencies. We really appreciate the OSEP's work. And on the funding, as I just talked with Kunapa before this event, there is a good news on the fund as well. I mean, the potential to have the good news. Yeah. It's good enough for now. Yeah.
I think in the recent, not almost this year or the next year, the important article, the fund for its success by the senator that I said to you, it is the first, but this is very, very important for the social enterprise first. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Going back to Congressman Alba, having heard of the social enterprise law in Thailand and how it has been implemented in the last 5 years and the proposed changes, what are your insights that can be useful for lawmaking in the Philippines?
First of all, considering that we have a very supportive president, Senate president, and Speaker of the House, I'm very confident that we will be able to pass this measure before the end of the 19th Congress, right? So I'm very optimistic, right? And the most important lesson that I got today, of course, from the experience of Thailand, it's really very important that we champion it from the top, right? So for us on the ground, we need to do a lot of influencing, right? Because government is into everything, from the challenges of climate change to investing, convincing investors, foreign investors to come in and then invest the country. So for us who are championing this particular advocacy, social entrepreneurship, social enterprise, it's very important that we also find ways to influence decision makers. In our case, since we have a bicameral Congress, we have representatives from the lower house and of course senators from the upper house, and we also have the executive department. It's very important that all of us, as legislators and of course the private sector and the advocates and the SA advocates will have to come together so that we will be able to really, in this Congress, 19th Congress, so that we can influence the decision makers upstairs. Thank you.
Thank you, Kong Alba. There are two questions from the online, and one is directed, I think, at Kong Alba. Shouldn't BIR, the Bureau of Internal Revenue, be part of the council? BIR is releasing regulations that are anti-small enterprises. And so it's a question being posed by someone from the Philippines online.
I think the DOF is part of the council. We have representatives from the Department of Finance.
BIR is part of
Yeah, BIR is part of DOF.
There's also another question from online, requesting if they're asking if there is an effort in the Philippines to set up a database of social enterprises to get a better understanding of the social enterprise landscape. I'll answer this because we're doing a profiling of social enterprises, and we are coming up with a report actually by May this year. And we're working with the Department of Trade and Industry to look at the database of micro, small, and medium enterprises to see how many of those small, micro enterprises and medium enterprises that are in the database of DTI are actually social enterprises. So we're in the process of working with DTI on that. So that's at this point in time, we have 10 minutes, and I think we need to give Jonathan Wong an opportunity to close. But before that, may I just ask every speaker to just share one last thought in relation to the panel discussion this afternoon before we ask Jonathan Wong to close. Kunapa, any last message about enabling social enterprise policy?
I think every country is aware about the climate change, aware the green environment, aware the healthy. So social enterprise is a tool to go to the success of your awareness. Thank you so much.
Thanks. Kong Alba?
We need to pass this measure in order for us to help the least and the last. Thank you.
Wow. USEC Chris?
For the Department of Trade and Industry, we will let the country be more aware of the advantages of the social enterprises, which will help the MSME as well as help the economy. So we will create more awareness that now that I heard the initiatives of Thailand, all the more it's exciting for us. We can use also all your initiatives to be able to help grow the MSMEs through the social enterprises, and of course through the honorable congressman here. His initiatives are really worth exploring or yeah, thank you, and thank you for inviting us. Thank you.
Thank you, USEC. Maybe we can hear from the social enterprise sector from Arjun.
A social enterprise for people and planet. So we have to make a good ecosystem for everyone.
Thank you, Arjun. Boyong?
I'm really happy to know that we know how to achieve our SDG by 2030, not 2062. So maybe Korea also, as part of the neighborhood, we really need to find out what can we do and how can we make a collaboration. Thank you.
Thank you. Pang?
I would always say synergy, inclusivity, and flexibility.
Thank you, Pang. Very well said. So may I now call on Mr. Jonathan Wong from UNSCAP to close this event.
I've got very scrambled thoughts at the moment. That was like super interesting. I'm glad you didn't ask me to summarize. Just firstly to honorable congressman and the secretary and Napa, it's really important to have senior political and government leadership, on this agenda. So I thank you for taking the time from a busy schedule to join us. I also thank IACA and Lisa for organizing this event. APFSD this week is one of the biggest UN events that happens. And for those of you who know me, I've got quite a long job title, but social entrepreneurship is actually the thing that's in here that I really actually care about the most. So the more you keep this on the agenda, it really helps me. And when Lisa invited me to close, I actually didn't even read the rest of the email or the agenda. I just said yes, right? So it's because it's here for me, which is why I've got scribbles. I've not really organized my thoughts, but I just want to make a few points. I think the first one really is, I think the time's right now for social entrepreneurship and for governments to start thinking about this. And because I think there's so many things. I know if I go back 100 years, we've all seen how entrepreneurship has supported economic growth, created jobs, but it's actually, as you mentioned, not been so good for the planet. CO2 emissions increased in step with industrial revolutions, not so good for society. Income inequalities are their greatest now. And I think as governments kind of look post-pandemic, they've seen how the pandemic really showed how broken our economy was. You saw tech companies' stock prices soaring, while the very, very poorest people couldn't even make a living. And that, for me, is not an economy that works. So I think governments saw that too. Like, some could afford vaccines, some couldn't. So I think governments and politicians are in the market for a new economy, right? A new way of doing business. And I think social entrepreneurship for me is that model. So I think the timing is right. Lisa, you asked me to kind of talk about next steps, and I probably mentioned two. I think the first thing to say is, I think government policy making on social entrepreneurship, if we think about it, is very new and it's in its infancy. Even the Social Enterprise Act is 5 years old. Now, if we look at mainstream economic policy, it's been around for hundreds of years. They know what their tools are. They play with the tax rates, play with procurement, play with government spending. They know what their metrics are. They're looking at jobs, GDP, inflation. For social entrepreneurship, it's different. The metrics aren't just GDP, number one. And as we saw, it's maybe quite complicated what some of the measures are. So going forward in next steps, I think it's really important. And Under Secretary, we spoke about this as well, the importance of capacity building for governments. In actually, it's all well and good saying we support social entrepreneurship. Now, what policies should we put in place is a difficult question to answer. And when you were speaking, I was like, yeah, this isn't so simple, right? It's not so simple. It needs thinking about. So going forward, I think certainly continuing policy experimentation in this space, but actually developing some sort of playbook around this, around what's worked and what hasn't. And Korea has a longer history of policy measures. Maybe looking back and evaluating, what works, what didn't, and what would in a different context is really important. I also think open policy making is so important. I really enjoyed the dialogue between Pang Yu and Kun Napa, because everybody needs to be involved in this. By the way, I've sat within the UK government working on the social enterprise policy in the UK. And when I was in government, I thought what I was doing was, okay, this is going to help social enterprises. Then I'd hear from the community and say, actually, Jonathan, what you were proposing there is not going to work. And what I found very interesting, I think all parties have to be very sensitive to the pressures that each other are under. So social enterprises might not be able to have it all. When I was sat in government, and you all feel this, you are under certain constraints. You would love to put $1 billion social entrepreneurship fund, but that's maybe not realistic. And I think it needs understanding on both sides. I think policymakers need to listen to social entrepreneurs. Social entrepreneurs also need to understand some of the pressures you're under in government. And I've worked both in the private and public sector. And I think here is like a model of how it should work, right? Exactly. This, by the way, this doesn't happen in many countries that I work in. Like this, it's almost like this. It's almost like this how they work. And I think certainly we need to think about open policy making around that. I think the second point I would make is so something around capacity building, open policy making, and working on policy together. The second thing is how do we build a global movement on this? And Ayaka mentioned there are 1 million social entrepreneurs, social enterprises in Southeast Asia. Now, I've been working with the World Economic Forum where we've tried to size the global market. And the global market is estimated to be 10 million, 200 million jobs, $2 trillion industry. Now, That is big when you compare it to other industries. Now, that's bigger than the global garment market and bigger than the global marketing market. So the social enterprise sector globally is big, but government policy isn't keeping up with that. So I think that's certainly the opportunity is now, but we need to build the movement more. And I think from SCAT's perspective, I mean, we're more than happy to support national level work. And we've already spoken about potentially doing something in Nepal, supporting maybe work in the Philippines as well. I think at the ASEAN level, Pang, as you know, we're working with ASEAN, and I've just come back from Laos on their inclusive business strategy. And I think there's this question of language that we need to, it's not all good news, right? There's a question of language. And Kunap, you mentioned some people call it social business, some social enterprise, sustainable business, inclusive business. For me, these are all businesses that are looking to benefit people on the planet, right? So I don't get too hung up on the language, but I think certainly thinking about how we frame this, and I'm even thinking now with Lao, how can we integrate social entrepreneurship within the inclusive business? Because that's not my language, by the way, that's the economic minister of ASEAN pushing that language. How can we build this in and actually create kind of more of a high level political movement in ASEAN to, if you like, give the space at the national level to actually drive some of these initiatives? And just a final point, going beyond ASEAN, as Ayaka mentioned, as SCAP, we have 62 countries we work in, spanning as far west as Turkey down to the Pacific Islands. And for me, it's how do we grow this movement kind of more globally as well? And certainly for a next step for us, we have an intergovernmental meeting that will happen in 2025, where I'll be putting social entrepreneurship on the agenda, where we'll bring 62 governments together. You will be getting an invite back to Bangkok for this, where we'll be looking to put some resolutions down and recommendations down at an SCAP level across 62 countries that will hopefully help build this movement and help us all to work together and push this forward together as well. So I'll stop there. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Jonathan. And I think with that, our time is up. Thank you very much to our panelists, Kunapa, Kong Joman, Yusek Chris, Ayaka, our three reactors, Arjun, Buyong, and Pang, and Jonathan. Thank you very much also to our audience for being active in the participation in posing questions and also comments. And this is not going to be our last forum on enabling social enterprise policy. We commit to having this on a regular basis. Thank you very much. May we now just give our tokens to our speakers. This is a product from a social enterprise called Chaalaya in the Philippines. Yeah. Also for
Maybe for our own online participants, we can have a photo picture. Can you open your cameras?
Okay, let's wait for the others to open their cameras.
Buzz, you're muted.
Okay, let's have the first page. You ready, everyone? 1, 2, 3, smile. One more. 1, 2, 3, smile. Just to back it up, another picture. Last. 1, 2, 3, and smile. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, everyone, for joining the forum. See you on
Thank
our
you.
next event.
Yeah, thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
online. So
Congratulations.
done.
Bye. Bye. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much.